they coming too?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But you can start with Coach.
So, just your overview first. Just another day at the office.
Well, they're a good football team. They are. I think it's sort of interesting, and maybe it's in my mind. I don't know. Maybe I feel it's in other people's minds that the cool thing is we've kind of gotten ourselves back to where like people expect us to win. So if it's close, it's like, hey, what's going on? You know. But always trying to get better. We were obviously defensively dominant in the first half. Struggled a little bit offensively. It was a little bit of a bummer when we had the interception to start the game and couldn't really get in the end zone. Then the punt return by Rex, and then we had to kick a field goal there. But it was obviously those 9 points in the game were critical. I mean, Hunter's really proven to be a pretty good kicker. He's come in here and done a nice job. He has not missed one yet, so credit him. We did get the ball going a little bit better in the second half, and that was pleasing. Getting stoned down on the goal line was frustrating to the head coach. But they're a good football team, and those guys have battled BYU. They've battled Arizona State, and they've kind of proved their mettle that way. So, you know, Bob, you've been around this deal longer than I have, certainly in the interim here, and that's the Big Sky, and they're not in the Big Sky anymore. But all our games will, I say, be like that. I mean, we can beat anybody. Anybody can beat us. It's good. The margin of error is very small in this league. So the great thing is, unlike the first couple games, we didn't turn it over, and that was probably ended up being the margin in the game, because you can't win football games if you turn it over. So we did a better job taking care of that, for sure.
Were you surprised by how? I mean, your defense dominated in the first half, but theirs was no slouch either.
Their front is really, really good. They have two really outstanding players. Their middle linebacker makes a lot of plays. We knew their front was good, and you could see that from, again, Arizona State and BYU. We knew we were going to have to be kind of creative. They, like everybody else, modern day football is always an interesting chess match, because you get to the game day and then, well, we didn't see that before, or we didn't see that before, and so then it's how fast can you play chess. So they had a few good wrinkles for us, and then I thought Mike, countered in the second half, and we kind of got dialed in a little bit better then. But no, we knew they were a solid football team.
Good to get back on the W after last week.
Yeah, that's always the magic elixir. It's a lot easier to get better and improve and make corrections when you win than worse when you lose. We didn't spend a lot of time. Last week's game was such a wash. I told our coaches, let's not spend a whole bunch of time. We're not going to gain a lot by overdoing that game. So we kind of pushed on to Southern Utah. But it's definitely better to teach with a win.
Talk a little bit about Lan.
He's unbelievable. That kid can do it all. He's amazing. I mean, he's got the best arm on our team. That's no slouch to Miles. Miles is a very good passer, but just in terms of an arm and arm strength, and that guy can throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and be pretty accurate with it. And then I've said before, he might be the fastest guy on our team. If he's not, he's close to it. And then that run he made down towards the end was pretty spectacular. I mean, you have to tackle that guy. And then even the long run, the guy kind of had the angle, and he stiff-armed him off and finished the run. But
I thought he was going down the one at the end that set up the field goal. I thought he was going down for a loss of a couple of yards.
He's super strong. He really is. He's a pretty talented player. I've said it before, but I know the Niners are enamored with Christian McCaffrey, and his numbers Lan's numbers in terms of his speed and vertical and all that are very close to him. He's a very similar player.
Was Rex back on punt coverage, or did you just think?
So we knew that they would what we call pony punt. And so you get into coverage, they're keeping their offense out there, and then you're able to drop your free safety deeper. And so then he was able to.
He did a pretty nice job with it.
Well, you've seen him before. That guy's a football player now.
Yeah.
And he can roll too.
Yeah.
So when he caught it, it didn't surprise me. I was kind of thinking, this might be a touchdown right here, because you got 5 offensive linemen in the game trying to cover on punt.
Exactly.
That's hard with that guy.
What about Miles?
Better game. I thought he did a better job taking care of the football. Again, he's had kind of a tough go, and I think every quarterback I've had, I always say they all got to go through the valley of death, because sometimes you have a certain amount of success, and I don't want to say you take it for granted, but you feel like, well, I'm just going to press on to the next level. And it almost seems like every guy I've ever had, there's a little bit of a dip in there somewhere, because it's the realization of going back to the footwork and the reads, and it's not just making things happen. And so he took it to heart the last couple games. He still controls a lot for us at the line of scrimmage, which is hard sometimes for people to see. But just in terms of protections and checking plays and getting us in and out of things, he's really masterful at that. And then he did a nice job taking care of the football, and he made our guys made some great plays, but he also gave our guys an opportunity to make a great play by making an accurate throw.
How hard was Oregon State game for him? That's got to be.
Yeah, they're all tough. I mean, any great competitor is going to walk away from any game and feel like, hey, that's on me. I mean, the Buffalo quarterback turned it over 4 times. He's like, hey, that's on me. So, I give him a lot of credit for owning his mistakes, and it's hard. And there he is. But again, you have to put it in the right context of, much like I told these guys, of it's easy to stand outside the fire and never get burned up and never feel the heat, but then you never feel the elation either. So if you're too afraid to go through that, you're going to never stand on the podium and feel the great part stuff. So it's all a process, and sometimes it's a little bit of hyperbole how we talk about things, but you just got to learn and get better. That's what it is, and there's always learning opportunities, and that's what you got to do and move on. And if we're moping that we lost Oregon State and massively elated that we won today, and I say this within reason, though, neither one of those, it should be, we feel good that we won, and then we come back and get better. Or you lose and come back and get better.
Man, describe the fourth quarter. What happened in the fourth quarter? You really caught fire.
I think the offense has just started to click a little bit. We were moving the ball well, and we realized that we can move the ball. And we knew we could move the ball the whole time. But I think we got that confidence and a little bit acted like we wanted to win a football game.
What was going on in the first half?
We were just, I don't want to say flat, but we were, I can't find the word for it, but it wasn't our brand of football, and I'm at a loss for words right now. We just came back in the second half, got ourselves together.
Did you talk about that at halftime?
Yeah, we made some adjustments, and they worked.
Talk about the long touchdown.
I knew I had a guy on my back right off the start of it. I thought I could win with speed, and I did. And then C.J. Hutton was down there blocking for me. I don't really remember much of it, but yeah.
It didn't look at any point like it was going to be a touchdown. You just kept finding Little creases.
Yeah, we work a lot on sideline run, and I think that showed up quite a bit on that play, and a lot of we work a lot of what's it called, stampede, and CJ was down there running 70 yards to block, and it was awesome.
It looked like their score, that one score, that long score, same kind of thing.
Yeah. I thought the same thing.
Not happily, huh?
No.
So what's this mean after Oregon State getting back on the horse? And
I don't think we had a big worry. It was like tonight was a very good team win, and we just want to keep pushing forward and keep getting better and take our game to the next level, because we know we haven't reached our max potential, and we've seen it day after day in camp and practice that we could be really, really good, and I think our goal is to strive to be the best we can be.
I'm good.
Good? All right, thanks. Go ahead.
Sorry I didn't have many words for you.
Oh, you're fine.